Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of a Meteor edition. This audio podcast is part of a Labostix Meteor. This audio podcast is part of the abstracts. This audio podcast is part of a biome bullet. This audio podcast as part of a Storm Labostix production. In this audio podcast, looking at abstracts, an abstract that was put forward for the International Pediatric Transplant Association, or IPTA, in 2022, and looking at a retrospective on an abstract in regard to a retrospective on the use of the internet and online modalities for data collection. This works was well, the abstracts and the works was sort of collaborative between collaborators between the social media platform, two social media platforms, and amongst collaborators in line to research and academia. So in around the abstract, a variety of data collection modalities or a variety of data collection modalities or methodologies used in healthcare research, including traditional methodologies such as face-to-face semi-structured interviews or non-participant observation. More recently, newer modalities of data capture, such as online interviews or research into the content of unmoderated web pages, have been developed. However, these methodologies have not necessarily been tested or evaluated. The aim of this work was to evaluate online methods or methodologies in future research and amongst future investigations. The main aims, the main aims, or part of the main aims was where the works look to review online methods for data collection in amongst healthcare research, and two main searches were prompted. Where number one, using databases such as PubMed Central, and Medline databases, and two, using EBSCO host search engine were and was utilized in regard to sort of the main sort of review methodologies. Papers were cited or identified between mid 90s, around 1995 and 2013, and papers were initially classified based on based on studies. So, for example, qualitative, quantitative, systematic reviews, randomized control trials, interventional or cohort studies, case-controlled and diagnostic test studies, using a critical appraisal skills program, or CASP, using a CASP tool, and 100 abstracts. Just over 100 abstracts underwent a 10-question screening process, and 73 in around the analysis, or part of the analysis, was where 73 papers were identified and analyzed using or utilizing CSP, and findings indicate that through a variety of modern online facilities, researchers or investigators different disciplines or specialties have considerable scope for collecting data. And in around the conclusions, freely available web-based software applications now allow flexibility in the development of qualitative data collection methods in healthcare research. Some terminologies Some terminology to identify similar works include qualitative, quantitative, online, data collection, World Wide Web, internet, and social media. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast as part of a Meteor edition. This audio podcast as part of a Labostix Meteor. This audio podcast as part of the abstracts. This audio podcast as part of a Biome Bullet, and this audio podcast as part of a Storm Labostix production.